Welcome everyone to the Side Drive Podcast, and the Rolex 24 has just concluded, which is a sign that we're getting closer to the NASCAR season. We just have the Super Bowl to go through.
Yeah, because we waited all season to see some cars on the track, and we finally did. It was 24 hours. It was a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, so for this video, we're going to go through the Xfinity and Trucks silly season. Last season we did Xfinity, Truck, and Cup all together, but there is so much this season to go through, and we're probably still going to miss a couple things here. So if there's anything we missed, please let us know down in the comments below. Then we'll do some more videos on those topics.
Yeah, there's a lot of drivers switching rides and moving here, moving there, things happening. So we'll try to cover all that best we can.
So first up in the Truck Series, well, this could go for Trucks and Xfinity. There is a name change, or first for Trucks, there's a name change for the Trucks, and that is it's going to be the Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series, not just Gander Outdoors Truck Series.
Yeah, it used to be. It's hard to keep these names straight all the time, so we're probably going to mess it up first few races.
Yeah, and then the one that can go for both is they will have a new pit stop procedure for non-Cup events. We talked about this in more detail in the video up there, so if you want to hear more about that. But yeah, it's just going to be where there'll be less pit stops when there is no Cup teams to save money, and overall it's a good thing.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be very interesting to see how the pit strategy works out, and it's probably fun. I mean, the first race that goes on, it might be kind of challenging, but once they get that race underway, the next one will probably go a little easier.
Yes, so if you want to hear more about that, click that video that is up there. So let's talk about the new faces and new rides in the Truck Series. So first up, Nice Motorsports. Natalie Decker will be part-time in the 44, and Carson Hokover will also join her for part-time in the 44.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting to see her and him in the truck at Nice Motorsports. I know she drove for DG Crossley last year, and she didn't have a very good time, but I believe she had a better year this year.
Yeah, and Nice Motorsports got the Final Four. Of course, she won't be going for points or anything, but it'll be a good year to test and see what her talents really are. And also at Nice Motorsports, Ty Majeski, he'll be taking the 45 full time with Ross Chastain moving to the Xfinity Series. But Ross says he's going to still be doing some Truck Series races. Not sure if that'll be for Nice Motorsports or for someone else.
Yeah, I mean, Ross he drove the 45 truck really well last year. Went for a championship, so that's a lot of pressure going into that truck, and see if he can do it. Maybe be competitive. Tom Majeski, he did very well in a couple races. I know he didn't do too good in the 60 car, but I wish him good luck this year.
And so that was Nice Motorsports. Let's move to GMS Racing, which first up we have Tyler Ankrum. He'll be going to the 26, so he's moving from DGR Crossley to GMS. Got that win for DGR Crossley. Let's see what he can do at GMS. He could go there and win a whole bunch of races, or we could never hear from him. But I think he'll get at least one win this season.
Yeah, we'll hear a lot about him this year. Going to DGR Crossley was pretty much a Toyota team, kind of KBM affiliated. They're going to GMS. I believe they got some strong trucks over there, and they fit very well.
And we'll move to Brett Moffitt. He is, of course, he was from GMS last year, but this year he's just changing the number to 23 since the Xfinity Series will no longer have GMS. They wanted to make sure they had the 23 in some sort of series because that number is very dear to them. So Brett Moffitt will drive the 23.
Yeah, it's very hard to keep up with these numbers first couple of races. And once we get a couple, get into the race, we'll get used to seeing him in that number.
Yeah. So last note that I have here for GMS is Zane Smith is going to the 21 car, and we may see some out of Sam Mayer as well. So KBM, they will have Rafael Lessard in the 4, Christian Eckes in the 18, and then of course the part-time truck will be the 51 that we'll see like Chandler Smith, Kyle Busch, maybe Greg Biffle. Not too sure about Greg Biffle, but they got a stellar lineup this season.
Yeah, I believe they're going to get a few more wins this year than they did last year. I knew they didn't get the finish that they won last year, but yeah, they got some very good talent coming in, and there's Christian Eckes. He's always drove the truck very well, and you're going to see a lot of good things from him.
Yeah, looking forward to see what Rafael Lessard can do.
Yeah.
It's a name that we've talked about before. I just don't think he's had that type of truck that can go out there and win races. Have seen, or I have heard from him in the late models, and I've heard he's got a lot of talent, so we could put that to the test.
Yeah, if you get good talent in KBM truck, man, it's going to be a sight to see.
And Front Row Motorsports, and no, we're not talking about Cup yet. Todd Gillen will get to drive for that team, moving from KBM to Front Row Motorsports.
It's very interesting, coming out and saying they're going to run the truck series. I was very surprised by that and said, wow, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I believe he did very well.
And for DGR Crossley, the only thing that I could find was Tanner Gray would be driving the 15 full-time. Not sure if drivers like Anthony Alfredo will drive that part-time or not, or if it's just going to be that one full-time truck. But that was all I had for them. And we got McKinley Hildman Racing. Derek Kraus will be racing full-time. We've seen him part-time in that truck in the 19, but we get to see what he can do for a full season. Mm-hmm. And then last bit of news here for the truck series, Hallmar Racing, Stuart Friesen still going to be in that ride, but it's going to be a Toyota instead of a Chevy.
Yeah, it's very interesting them switching manufacturers that way. He always run very strong in the Chevrolets, and now they're going to the Toyotas. I know there's not very many Toyotas in the truck series right now, but with the KBM trucks, and I believe he will be KBM affiliated too.
Yeah, he's going to be KBM affiliated, so this could be. I don't think it'll be that much of a difference or improvement, but I do think it will be an improvement for him. Maybe he'll drive it just a little bit harder this season.
Maybe so.
So that was everything that we have for the truck series. Again, if we missed anything, let us know. So now let's move to the Xfinity. The RCR Xfinity car will definitely have a lot of drivers this season.
Yes.
We have Anthony Alfredo, which we got to interview him earlier this month.
Yes.
Myatt Snyder and Kaz Grala, which they just recently announced. Thank you for not announcing it after this video. But yeah, we had that's 3 drivers part-time. They're going to be sharing. It's going to be kind of like the 8 car last season.
Yeah, you really don't know which race they're going to be in. Good luck to all 3 drivers. All 3 of them very good drivers, so can't wait to see a lot out of them.
And Joe Gibbs Racing, we have Harrison Burton. He'll be taking the 20 car, going from KBM to Xfinity. So didn't get a truck win, I don't think, but I think he's much better in the Xfinity series, so we could see him get a win this season.
Yeah, I believe he runs a little better in the Xfinity cars. That kind of fits his strong suit. I believe he may even get a win this year.
Then we have Riley Herbst in the 18. I don't think he had a full-time truck series season, so I do know he ran some truck races, but he's just going straight to Xfinity.
Wow, that's very interesting too. Not getting ready to a lot of seat time. I know he showed a lot of talent in the truck series, So maybe that's what got him into the Xfinity pretty quick.
And then Junior Motorsports, we have the 8 car, which will be shared between Jeb Burton and Daniel Hemrick. So Hemrick, he was a Cup driver for 1 year, and then that seat kind of didn't work out, and they moved him back down to Xfinity. Still has yet to get a win in NASCAR, but I think this season is probably his strongest chance to get that.
I believe so. I believe he's driving most of the races in the 8 car. Yeah, he's very talented. I believe he drove better than Austin Dillon did, but he lost his ride. He's very talented. He just didn't get the finishes that he needed. Usually he ran good and get caught with somebody else's mess, and he really didn't really showcase his talent the way he should have. But I believe moving to Junior Motorsports is going to be a very good step for him.
Yeah, and this could be a doorway to a much better Cup ride. That if he could go and get wins in. RCR's kind of on the downfall in the Cup Series, at least in the Xfinity Series. They're the best that they could be because they just won 2 championships in a row. So for the Cup side, which we'll get to that in tomorrow's video, that's most likely still going to be a struggle, but we can see if the new driver can help them out.
Yeah.
So Colleague Racing, they'll have another full-time driver. It will be Ross Chastain in the 10, and so probably going to see more watermelons get smashed this season.
Yeah, I believe once Ross Chastain went to Colleague Racing, I seen a lot of improvement with Justin Haley. So maybe with him teaming up and they can work some things together. And Justin Haley, he drove top 10s last year, and once Ross come in, and he was really running very close to the top 5s, and I believe he's going to continue to get better. And Ross, he just going to drive hard every lap, and looking forward to seeing some watermelon.
Yeah, smashing on the ground.
Yeah.
So then we go to JD Motorsports. We'll have Jesse Little in the 4. I think he's still going to be running his truck, maybe not full time, but it's going to be interesting to see what he can do in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, I believe this is a very good move for Jesse. I know he drove the trucks a limited schedule, just trying to focus on certain tracks that he is very good at. I believe this will really help him and get him better, and we like to see him run more trucks, and like to see more of the tracks. So here's a good chance for him.
Then we'll have Martin's Motorsports, which is new motorsports will be Tommy Joe Martins driving for himself, 44 car.
Yeah, let me look forward to seeing him.
Yeah, see what that team can do. And then for SS Greenlight Racing, we'll have Joe Graff Jr. in the 08 replacing Greg Alding. So that is all the notes we have for the trucks in Xfinity. It's going to be interesting to see who will be the top dog in Xfinity. We don't know. A lot of people have been saying it's going to be Chase Briscoe, Noah Gragson, Allgaier, or even Harrison Burton. So it's going to be interesting to see that.
There's a lot of young talent. Now the big 3's out there. Who's going to be the big 3 this year?
And then the trucks, it's going to be another great season, like it always is. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what KBM can do. Can they go back to form, even though Kyle Busch is most likely going to win every race he enters?
Also.
And then Greg Biffle enters, he's probably going to win that too. So, and it's going to be interesting to see if Ty Majeski can be like Ross Chastain, go back to the championship force. So a lot of cool different things to look at throughout the season. And join us tomorrow for our Cup Series silly season update.